So student, let's start the second volume of the same chapter, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. So already I told you in the first volume that here Nelson Mandela is describing about the oath taking ceremony. And when oath taking ceremony, when Nelson Mandela is describing, he is very much happy and he is remembering, you see, that all the events which took place in the past also and right now also. So you see that even he is very much happy to those people, the people who came before Nelson Mandela, and the people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. And he is thankful for those people also, the people who fight in this particular freedom, and he's remembering those people also, and he's saying that I'm very much thankful to those people who came before me and who struggled a lot and who gave their own life for this freedom also. Okay, so you see that the policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people, and all of us will spend many years, if not generation, recovering from that profound hurt. And he's saying that many years it has been passed in taking the freedom of this. And he's saying that I'm very much thankful to those people who came before me also. And all the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, that what it was created by Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sisselers, the Chief Lutlius, the Yusuf Dedos, and the Bram Fishers, and Robert Sobikers of our time, man of such an extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity that their like may never be known again. And he's thankful to those people also, the people who came before Nelson Mandela, and those people who fought and who gave their life even for this struggle also. And he's saying that my country is rich in minerals, and he's saying that and gems that lie beneath the soil, but I have always known for his greatest wealth in the people, finer and truer than the purest diamond. And he's saying, and he's praising to the soil of South Africa also. And he's saying that basically those important things, they used to lie in the soil of South Africa. And he's saying that it is from these comrades means colleagues, in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. And he's saying that the meaning of courage I learned from those people, the people who came before me. And he's saying that time and again I have seen man and woman risk, give their lives for an idea. And he's saying that those people who brought their life even for the risk also. And I have seen man stand up to attacks and torture without breaking, showing a strength of resilience and defies the imagination. So here you see the content, it tells that he is very much thankful to all the people. He is very much thankful to all those who have involved themselves in the struggle to get this freedom. He is not taking this particular thing of his own only. And he's saying that this is a collective work of all. And he's saying that no one is born hating another people because of the color of his skin, on his background of his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than it opposes. And he says that basically this type of differences which has been generated by taking the caste, creed and skin color, this should not be. And he's saying that when my comrades and I will push to our limits, I will see a glimmer of the humanity in one of my God. Just for a second, but it was enough reassurance for me. Keep on going. So he says that man goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. And he says that maybe the thing for a time it can be stopped, but you cannot extinguish the thing. And he says that in the life of every man has twin obligations to his family, parents, wife, children. He says that the people, they had the obligations even to their family members also. And after that, these people, they didn't bother about the family members and they involved themselves in the struggle of the freedom. and after that they got this freedom also. And he's saying that in a civil and human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to the inclination and abilities. And according to the abilities, all the people they work. So it is a collective work. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible, man of my birth and color, to fulfill both of these obligations. So he is saying that all these obligations which came on us in South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. And he's saying that regarding the caste, color and creed, we see that the people, they were punished and isolated also. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inability ripped from his family and his home, was forced to live apart, a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. And I did not in the beginning choose a place of my people above my family. But in attempting to serve my people, I found I was prevented from fulfilling my obligation as son, brother, father and husband. And after that, he is taking the example of himself only. And he is saying that those people, they didn't bother that whether they are son, husband and other family members, but they came to fight for this struggle. And he says that I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way I could know. So free to run in the field near my brother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that runs through my village. And he's saying that when I was very small, that I was very much free. And there were no bondages for me. But after that, when I grew up, I came to know that what are those things which our people, they were suffering. And after that, he says that it was the only when I began to learn from my boyhood freedom was an illusion. And when I discovered a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, and I began to hunger for. And after that, he says that when I grew up, I came to know when this freedom was taken from me. And after that, I came to know that it is very essential that we should get the freedom from the slavery, from the bondages of the whites. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom to only for myself, and transient freedom to being able to stay out at night, read, and I was pleasant, go I choose. Later, as a young man in Johnsonsburg, I earned for the basic and honorable freedom. And he says that the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. And he says that this freedom which we got, that it should not be obstructed. But when I slowly saw that only was I not free, but my brother, sister were not free. And after that, he came to know, not I am free, but all the people, my family members, either you take an example of the neighbors or the people who live all around, they all were in the bondages. And he says that then when I joined the African National Congress, when the hunger of my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people, it was a desire for the freedom of the people to live in their life with dignity and self-respect that animated my life. And after that, he says that this hunger for the freedom, after that it started, it increased, and all the people, they have taken it for their own dignity and for their own self-respect also. And he says that I am not more virtuous and self-respecting than the next man, but I found that I could never enjoy the poor and limited freedom I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Freedom is invisible. And he says that basically this freedom, it is essential for all. He's remembering, he's recalling the past, he's saying everything that what it is essential. And in the last he says, I knew that the oppressors must be liberated just as surely as the oppressors. And he says in the last, the people who oppress, they all should be liberated. Amen. Amen. Who will obey. Another man's freedom, a prisoner or hated, he is locked behind the bar, prejudiced and narrow-mindedness. So I am not only free if I am taking away anyone else's freedom, just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. The oppressed and the oppressors alike are robbed of their humanity. So he says that I am not taking the freedom of anyone, but as I got the freedom, all people, they got the freedom. And he says that today I am very much happy when I am watching all the people of my country, they are happy. So students, thank you. This chapter here it ends.